Hey guys, David Johnston here. This is day 20 of crypto, PegNet, and DeFi talks. And today I want to talk about what coins are best for what purposes. And I've spoken about this a lot of times in the past, which is I believe in specialization. And we see this all over the internet and all of technology and the economy that you see specialization of different companies and different products for different purposes. And crypto is no different. If you want digital gold, that's what Bitcoin Core is going for. If you want digital cash, that's what Bitcoin Cash is going for. If you want smart contracts, that's what Ethereum is all about. If I look at where most of the games are in crypto, they're on EOS, right? They went heavy early on into meta transactions where developers could pay for user transactions and remove that friction. And now that's been adopted as a best practice in Ethereum, and it's been added in Bitcoin Cash with Vin's proposal for postage. So you can pay the transaction on behalf of another person. So there's some overlap between these protocols, but they really do have fundamentally different purposes. So we covered digital gold, cash, smart contracts, gaming. I think about Factom is great for securing data, not for the raw storage of the data, but for validating documents and information, digital identities. It secures all of the data in PegNet. So miners are publishing data every 10 minutes to the Factom chain, and then the PegNet software is reading all of that data that's been published there. So, that's an important use case. We need a data layer, an identity layer, verification layer for the blockchain. That's what Factom does on top of Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's sort of blockchain agnostic. But I think about some of the other use cases that we've seen emerge. We've got chains now dedicated to exchange. Binance has built their own chain. A lot of the exchanges are now getting in the process of building their own blockchain. We've got Hedera doing extremely fast transaction ordering on the order of seconds and being able to handle an enormous capacity. Their mainnet is live, right? And so each project adds something new to the ecosystem. Cosmos has really sort of pushed their consensus mechanism and created this hub where different projects are, using a similar federated service, that they've got federated servers involved, and they can reward them using their system, which is based on the Tendermint consensus model. So it's interesting to see how all this has merged. Cardano has been shipping major versions of their software, and they're also out there advocating for people to use their model. You see Parity and Substrate offering their consensus model to other projects. And so between Hedera and Substrate, Cardano, and Cosmos, you sort of have these major groupings emerging using these different services. But it's tended to follow use cases, where the DeFi protocols have focused on Ethereum, where the gaming stuff is concentrated in EOS. We've seen other specialties emerge. So I'll include a bunch of links in the description of the video, but I just want to encourage people to break out of this tribalism that you see a lot of in Bitcoin and crypto in general, which is like there's one coin and that's the only good coin. That's nonsense. There is so much wonderful open source being built these days. A lot of the innovations across different platforms are getting replicated in other platforms. So they're all benefiting each other. And really all boats are rising with the tide. And so get out of the tribalism, try to find projects with good fundamentals, with positive communities, with real use cases and usage that's driving adoption. And I think you'll do just fine. So don't get stuck in a one coin type of mentality. I don't think it's any more healthy than come across people who believe in the one true programming language and everything should be in that programming language. But the truth is every programming language like every technology stack, has to make compromises, and it makes choices about what to prioritize and what to not prioritize. And those choices lead to different outcomes depending on what you're going for: speed, security, ability to onboard users frictionlessly, et cetera, right? So open your mind and try to evaluate these protocols based on their true merits and what they're really focused on. A lot of protocols will also say sort of, we do everything. We do smart contracts, and we're also digital gold, and we're also, digital cash. But in truth, most of them have a specialty that are really good at, and it's sort of their core competence. In fact, I think protocols that focus are a lot more valuable than protocols that try to do everything. Factom's not trying to do everything. It's trying to create immutable data for the world, and has provided that now for going on 5 years, and is securing billions of documents. Ethereum has done that for smart contracts, right? And you have variants like Ethereum Classic. They're going for immutable smart contracts, and that's their belief and philosophy, that the immutability over time will be more valuable. So a lot of variation, but I think that variation is strength. When you have one of the protocols run into a problem, you've got lots of alternatives. When one of the protocols succeeds and discovers a new use case, it gets replicated across the other protocols and added to their specialty and their sort of superpowers in what they're doing. So, break out of the mold. Don't fall into tribalism. There's so much good going on, and we should remember what we're trying to do is replace the legacy system, which depends on middlemen and unaccountable bureaucrats, third parties that have created a very fragile financial system. So we collectively in the blockchain industry are creating the alternative to that. And so, remember, we're on the same side. We're trying to all get this done together. So anybody that is embracing an open source basis for what they're doing, they're welcoming others to contribute to their community. It's built on a real blockchain, not something pretending to be a blockchain, but a real blockchain. As long as it has these core tenets, we may have disagreements about consensus and other items, as Charles Hoskinson was well stating in one of his recent videos. We may have those minor differences, but in general, we're trying to accomplish the same thing, which is increase human freedom and liberty through these blockchain systems where people can hold their own keys, control their own value, have sovereign identity, and all the rest. So anyway, I'll stop there, but thank you guys for being here again on the journey. Wash your hands, wear a face mask, protect your eyes, and stay safe out there. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Today's crypto shirt of the day is from the Texas Blockchain Conference in Austin, Texas. So shout out to Paul Snow and the crew there. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.